Hey viewers, you're watching The Savera and I'm Vidhi Joshi. A powerful offshore earthquake with a magnitude of 6.9 struck the central Philippines late Tuesday, causing widespread devastation, killing at least 31 people and injuring many others. The quake hit just before 10 p.m. local time, shaking the province of Cebu and nearby areas, cutting off power and plunging entire towns into darkness. The epicenter was located about 17 to 19 kilometers northeast of Bogo, a coastal city of around 90,000 residents, and was triggered by movement along a local fault at a shallow depth of approximately 5 kilometers. The intense shaking caused concrete walls of homes, buildings and roads to collapse, sending terrified residents running for safety and security. In Bogo alone, at least 14 people were confirmed dead, with local disaster mitigation officer Rex Yegot warning that the death toll could rise as rescue efforts continued throughout the night. A cluster of shanties in a mountain village on the outskirts of the city was hit by a landslide and falling boulders, making rescue operations extremely difficult. Workers were attempting to transport a backhoe to speed up search efforts, though the terrain remained hazardous. Survivors from the landslide area were transported to local hospitals for treatment in nearby Medellin town. 12 people died when ceilings and walls collapsed on them as they slept in their homes. In San Remigio, south of Bogo, 6 people were killed, including 3 Coast Guard personnel, a firefighter and a child. According to Vice Mayor Elfe Reyes, the victims died while trying to flee a basketball game that was disrupted by the quake. He appealed for urgent help, particularly food and clean water, as the town's water system had been badly damaged. In Bogo, the local fire situation suffered significant damage, with a concrete wall collapsing during the earthquake. Firefighter Ray described how he and his 3 colleagues sustained injuries as they tried to escape their barracks amid the violent shaking. They later administered first aid to injured residents who had been struck by debris. Hundreds of people gathered in an open grassy area near the fire station, too frightened to return to their homes hours after the earthquake. Roads in the city showed deep cracks and several business establishments bore visible signs of structural damage. In a nearby town, an old Roman Catholic church was also damaged. Cebu Governor Pamela stated that the full extent of damage and casualties in Bogo and surrounding areas would not be clear until daylight, but expressed concern that the situation could be worse than initially feared. The Philippine Institute of Volcanology and Seismology briefly issued a tsunami warning following the earthquake, advising all the residents in Cebu and nearby provinces such as lled and Biliran to stay away from coastlines due to the threat of waves up to 1 meter high. The warning was later lifted after no unusual sea level disturbances were observed. The earthquake came as the region was still reeling from a tropical storm that struck just days earlier, killing more than 30 people, mostly due to drowning and falling trees. The storm knocked out power in several towns and cities, forcing tens of thousands of people to evacuate. The Philippines lies on the Pacific Ring of Fire, a region prone to frequent earthquakes and volcanic eruptions due to intense tectonic activity. It is also regularly battered by typhoons and storms, experiencing around 20 such weather events each year. This latest disaster has once again underscored the vulnerability of urgent need for continued investment in disaster preparedness and resilient infrastructure. Local governments have since declared a state of calamity in affected areas, allowing for faster release of emergency funds and resources in order to aid recovery and rescue operations. That's all for now. Stay tuned to The Savera for more updates. Do like, comment and subscribe to the channel.